everybody, it's Vicki. I am back and I want to do a tutorial on those little bows. I noticed that people want to make them, and so I thought I'd give a few little tips in making them that I kind of worked out so that it's easier for you guys to start making them. So you saw that I found these at Target, these hair clips. And so I took it apart and it looks like this. I used this as a template and cut my fabric out. I used this fabric, which is a vinyl faux leather, and it's real soft on the back side, but it doesn't look finished if you're going to do a let's see, like this is kind of finished, right? So it doesn't look finished if you're going to make these paper clips. So then I doubled it, okay? I put it on the back. So I'll show you how I did that. And I also stitched this one, so there's a little stitching on it. That doesn't do anything, but it just is a stitched look. And that's kind of nice too, so you guys can try that. If you want to do added work. So anyway, this is the pieces I originally started out with, and so I made a template out of chipboard, as you can see. So you cut one out of this one, the bottom piece, and one out of actually this is the top. One out of this and two out of this one. Okay, so this is using this pattern pretty much, this Target one. Okay, so that's what involves if you want to make that one. Okay, so then I cut out my fabric, and this is what it turns out to look like. Okay, this is the first piece, you only have one, and this is the second piece, and you have two. You cut two out. So, okay, so then you put, I use this, this score tape. It looks like this. And I got this in, at the, what is it called? Something Tales. Okay, I can't remember, but scrapbook. Just go to your scrapbook store, your local scrapbook store, and get this. It doesn't matter what size, you can cut it down to size, but I'm using looks like a 1/4 inch. And then what I did was on the first piece, I put a little piece here. I just tore it and put it on there. And you can just, you know, kind of with your nail, push it down a little bit so it's embedded in the fabric. And so that's what that piece looks like. You're going to take your piece off like that, and then you're going to put it in the center and try to get it so that your front and back match, or doesn't overlap too much, underlaps on the back side so it doesn't show on the front. And then just put your other piece like that. Okay, so it looks like this now. And don't put it all the way across, because then you flattens your bow unless you want it flat. Okay, and then so then you have these two pieces. And what I did was put score tape on this one. And at first I just put it on the edges on this top and on the bottom, but then this kind of opens up, so I put a little piece there. So then you're going to just take your score tape off, the paper off, all the pieces. And there's electricity in the air, so these little paper pieces want to stick on me. And everywhere, see. So, okay, one more little piece. Okay, so that's what it looks like, okay? And now you're just going to want to place this on top of here. Whoops. So you're going to place one side and then the other side. Like so. So it looks like this. Now if there's little tiny spaces of white, you could just trim it. Okay, and then what I do is I place this one on top. You can put a little score tape on there also so it doesn't move around. So you can put it here. And then you can put this on top and kind of match it up so that on both sides of the bow you have kind of even space. It can look lopsided and that's going to drive you nuts. So try to be in frame here and try to get it even at the same time. Okay, so, and you can trim off these little hairs later. So that's what that looks like. And then you're going to get your middle piece, and I like to cut it a little longer, and because it's going to go around and you're going to need space for the clip, if you're going to use a clip. If you're not going to use a clip, you can just, you know, cut it to there. So I'm going to put score tape on here, and you could use a little bigger, wider score tape for this if you have it, and I don't think I'll use that much, so I'm going to cut it off at there. Okay, and I'm going to take my paper clip, and I'm going to figure out where I want to have this. So I'm going to put this here like so, and kind of decide. You want to do the bottom, get the bottom part of the paper clip, or the top part and the bottom of the bow, and you're going to want to put your paper clip probably about here. And you could put a piece of score tape to hold it if you like. It's on the back side is where you want to put it. Okay. So it's going to be about here, I think is good. So I'm going to put this on here, about there. That's probably where I want it. Then I'm going to take my the loop that goes around the center, and let's see, I'm going to take a starter piece off here. So as soon as that comes off, it'll be helpful if this paper would come off. Here we go. No. Okay, so I have a little starter piece. Okay, I have this here, and I'm going to go on the back side and put it across the back. Then I'm going to take this side and bring it through, and then this is going to go around the top, so it holds it together, and it's going to be folded down here, and I want it to be about covering. So then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut this part off here, so that it's going to, this part's already covered, holding it down, and this part is going to cover this part so that it looks finished. Okay, so it's not totally put together yet, so you're going to pull your tape and you're going to bring it up and you're going to pull it taut and around. Okay, look how nice that looks. Okay, make sure it's straight. Okay, then you're going to bring it on the back side and pull this back side down. And if it's too long, you can always cut that part off. Okay, so it's a little overhang in the front, you could see it. So I'm going to cut it off to about here. I'm going to use my paper scissor. And cut this little part off so that, make sure it doesn't show on the front. And there it is, all done. So it's really pretty simple to do. Now let me show you real quick what I found with this glitter paper. Okay, so I cut one out already. The glitter paper is very pliable. I put it on the back here, take my paper scissors, and I'm going to just cut around it. And look how easy, piece there. Look how easy this cuts. So you can cut this out so quick because it's the foam and it's really easy and it stays in place. And I really think that's great. So you can cut it like that. And this side. And you do the same thing, the same way of gluing it and putting it together as you did the other one. Okay, so that's, I just want to show you how easy that was. Okay, the other part I wanted to show you is the, I think I only have 2 minutes, but let me show you the Tim Holtz one. The Tim Holtz one, as you know, comes like this. So if you have the die cutting machine and the die cut, you can, you know how it folds like this and it folds like this. And you put the tape in the middle. You can put tape here and then bring it back. Put a little piece of tape on the side, bring it back. So it goes like this. But the back side, you either have to double it, you know, put another piece on the back, or you glue this together, or use, I would rather use the double stick tape and put it together and then do it this way so that on the back it shows this. Or you can use just this, one piece of this, and then you use, you make a template for the back part of it, cutting the edges of this. So I cut the edges of this and made a template for this, and then you can just glue it together. Glue this piece onto your back side. So I put this together and I would just glue this right on here, or I would use a double stick tape to make it like this. And then I put my other part on it to make the bow. Do it the same way, and there you go. So that's how I made it, and made all these other ones. And hope you guys try it. It was a lot of fun, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.